Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today's gonna be Flash and BISU here on Retro. It's a 2024 June replay. Woohoo! Flash is back. He is on the Korean ladder smurfing, but he has not announced that he's gonna come back to Premier Tournaments, so I'm waiting for that, but if it doesn't happen, then we can cast replays of him playing on the ladder, and that's good enough for me. So bottom right of a retro, it's going to be a yellow Terran player. It is Flash. And in the bottom left, it's BISU. Did you guys think you'll get Flash and BISU games in 2024 back in, 2010 or so when both these players were like kicking butt, taking names? 2005 they were active and killing stuff. Did you think 20 years later we would be casting Flash versus BISU? I don't think I thought that, but maybe you did. All right, man. So they ran across each other on the ladder, and here it is. And no proxies, no. Is it a Nexus first play? We will have to see here. It's a 4-player map. It's fairly common. Nope, it's going to be a gateway here. So here we go. So BISU says, I don't know. I think that BISU knows it's Flash at this point, but maybe they don't. Maybe RJB will come along and let us know if they knew at this point their identities. The identity of their opponent, right? Right. So Barracks coming up. In the wall. Interesting. Interesting indeed. I feel like this Barracks position is a Terran versus Zerg position. Yeah? Anyway, early gas. We're not going to go ahead and expand and then make a bunker and let the Dragoons shoot that bunker. Zealot on the way. Boom, boom, boom. This is a generic barcode, so I don't know if Flash knows this is BISU. Anyway, I'm going to stop worrying about it. Mr. Robert the Zealot, hoofing it out. Robert the Zealot merch at falconpaladin.store. Check it out. And what's up here? Bunker? Not expanding. Not. Yeah, so not throwing down a factory. No! Killing an SCV. Good job. Good job, Mr. Robert the Zealot. Pausing the construction just for a tiny bit. The bunker is down. And are we going to get a factory? Going to get a factory here, or are we going to expand? Both options. Okay, so we're going to expand first. And then as soon as we have enough minerals, we will go ahead and throw down a factory here for Flash. So, oh, is this a gate expand? No, there we go. Cybernetics core. Cybernetics core into an expansion. Yeah, that expansion is too late for a gate expand play, so just a little bit of a variation here on I respect my opponent, especially from BISU here. Yeah, not expanding before Cyber Core, but expanding here before Factory. So yeah, got the refinery early, but then he sniffed out a Zealot and said, we need a bunker. We need a bunker to help deal with that Zealot, and as long as we're throwing down a bunker, we might as well expand anyway, says Flash. Okay, excellent. Robotics facility opening here. And the robotics facility opens up a world of possibilities for Protoss, right? Yes, that's it. That's it. Just a world of possibilities. Possibility 1, observers. Possibility 2, reavers. Possibility 3, shuttles. Possibility 4, shuttles and reavers. My gosh, so many things you can do with a robotics facility. It's incredible stuff back here. Armory coming in pretty quick. Like, that is a really fast armory. Are we trying to go... No. Trying to go fast Goliath makes no sense at all here. maybe really fast +1 upgrades? Like a +1 tank timing attack or something here. There you go. Robotic support bay coming in. We want those Reavers. We want those Reavers to have shuttles, because Reavers without shuttles are slow and sad. Okay, so it's going to be Reaver shuttle shenanigans here on the opening. Siege mode is going to be the upgrade of choice coming in from Flash here. And then I am just so curious. Are we going +1 attack here? What's the plan? Armory says... Armory says we just have an armory. So it's not really any Dragoon pressure at all. I mean, Singularity Charge was later because he did delay that until after the expansion was done. I'm just not worried about it, right? He's like, we're not going to get through that. I don't want to play that game right now. And there we go. So it is going to be a +1 vehicle weapons upgrade start at like 5 minutes. Good heavens. And then a supply depot. I was going to say a second armory, but no, we're not going that crazy with upgrades. Cool. So +1 attack coming in early off of 2 bases here. Siege tanks. Second upgrade is Vulture Speed. So not worrying about Spider Mines at all today. We've seen a lot of PvTs recently where we've seen Spider Mines as they open. Against Protoss, obviously, but no, not today. Flash is not interested in that stuff. He does his own thing, man. That's the thing about Flash. He marches to the beat of his own drum. He doesn't do what everybody else is doing. He finds ways to do variations on what's going on out there in the meta, especially when he comes back after it's been a while. And just kind of, you know, creates his own build orders, creates his own strategies, and wins with it. I think he's #1 on the Korean ladder right now because he's Flash, and he does weird stuff. Not incredibly weird stuff, but just weird enough that people are like off kilter. They're not sure what to expect. And then he beats them, and he beats them enough that he's #1 on ladder. Not that he's undefeated, obviously, because nobody's that. It's impossible to be undefeated on the Korean ladder, no matter who you are, for any real length of time. So here we go, here we go, here we go. Reaver unloads. Okay, 2 SCD kills. Good. We'll take it. A hit on a tank. We'll always take that. So we got to prioritize what you're going after here. Killing an SCD, building something is nice. Getting a hit on siege tanks is also nice. Getting a hit inside that mineral line would be good. Nope. Well, target fired the tank in particular, and then finishes it off. And now, oh, gets in there, gets a hit on the SCVs. Most of them got pulled, but some of them weren't. There is a Goliath out here. Oh, and the shuttle dies with the Reaver inside it. Rest in pieces there, shuttle. And Reaver, I guess. But I mean, sure. A couple SCVs died there. Decent hit inside the main mineral line. One siege tank died. One took a hit. So mixed bag. It's a really expensive thing, a Reaver. So you want to kill a bunch of stuff for sure to make it worth it. So that was okay. So Vulture Speed. Boom. Spider Mines are on the way. But man, Vulture Speed means you can get across the map fast. You can find probes. Woohoo! Snipe them out. Hardwall in here a little bit. Yeah, hardwall so the Vulture can't get back here. Dragoon's covering that as well. So BISU is like, well, another shuttle would be nice. Is he going to make another Reaver? Does he have another? He does have another Reaver. So he has another Reaver. He's got 3 gates inside the main base. So 3-gate Reaver play here. And if you're Snow and the control of your shuttles is good enough with that Reaver, you can do some really good stuff against a Terran player, man. You can make them look so darn silly, but that's Snow we're talking about. I'm not even sure that BISU's shuttle skills with Reaver are up to Snow's. Oof. Oh, that's second armory now getting fired up with a +1 armor upgrade. And I mean, that's the plating upgrade to be particular. I mean, that's why we a lot of the time we see 3-2 as we're following the upgrades throughout the course of the game, is because the second armory is later than the first one pretty much all the time. This is still feels early. 4th base coming up left side. BISU says, all right, so my Terran opponent here is on 2 bases. Oh, they're going to try to do a drop ship, but then there were Dragoons covering that, so never mind. That's not something you even want to try to do. Charon boost on the way. And he's like, okay, dropship says, we'll take the long way around. We won't take the short direct route into this base. There's a cannon there, but I think a lot of probes would have died anyway. 63 to 54 total workers. Ground units here are at 0-0 for our Protoss player. BISU. He's working on +1, though. Bam, 5 more gateways warping in at once here. Now that, sure, he's getting up 4 bases. Absolutely 5 more gateways. Do it. Get as many buildings as you can, as many unit producing buildings as you can afford to continue producing on. And here comes dropship in the pipe. 5x5. Gonna try to sneak. Oh, no, there is a cannon back here, but like I said, one cannon's not gonna stop your probes from dying, I'm afraid. So here comes our guy, and reinforcements can't even get in. Oh, he doesn't even want to unload. And their reinforcements can get in here. Oh, I don't know about this. Okay, so dropship dies, unloads all 4 vultures. They're target firing probes as well as they can here. But that was not particularly great. Dropship died, all 4 vultures died. Maybe 3 probes got killed there. Still 65 to 59 workers in favor of BISU. And no sign of a third base. I'm looking for it. This guy might be building. Nope, he's building a turret. Never mind. No, so no third base here at all. So 2 base. I don't like this. I don't know if I like this from Flash. BISU seems in a fine position. The Reavers can really slow this attack down. The longer it takes for any kind of an attack to get across the map here, the better it is for BISU. Because BISU's on 4 bases, man. He's got 65 workers. Okay, there we go. Nice hit. Bam. And taking out the Goliath means that the shuttle can get away now. So shuttle... Yeah, Goliath being out in front was not a good time at all. BISU is going to threaten to attack this angle just to slow Flash down a little bit more. And Vulture's trying to get into this top 4th base. There's a Dragoon covering that path. Good stuff. Looking great. Storm's on the way from BISU. The upgrades are going to finish up here. We got the 1-1 for just a second, and then we're going to get into the 2-1 that everybody's so familiar with. And BISU's just doing a great job. Slow it down. Slow it down. Never let a Terran player just walk his tanks across the map to you, Protoss players. If you do, and you let him set up here with his tanks, you're asking for it. You're asking for the trouble that comes in that situation. You gotta slow it down. Use Reavers, use Dragoons, use Zealots, maybe Storms, whatever you have to do to make it harder for the Terran player to move across. Or, you know, take this base maybe. Maybe that's what he's trying to do with that command center production. Whoa, BISU decides to come up a ramp and then down another ramp to try to engage with this position. He's like, you don't have a lot of vultures here. I got a lot of speed lots. Let's get in there. Let's wreck house. And by golly, the siege tanks are getting destroyed. Okay, yep, whittle down that tank count. That's what Falcon says every single PvT, and that is what BISU did to an absolute T. I don't think you can execute that better than he did. I mean, I guess you could have killed all of these tanks, but you'd have more stuff. So yeah, this command center, I think he killed the SCV building the CC2. So the command center construction is paused at 99.9%, hilariously. And now coming up here is a complete pain in the butt, and BISU's just like, yeah, man, I'm feeling pretty good about this delay. Can I delay it further? Can I keep Flash from getting this third base entirely in this game? Can I make him rage quit because he can't get a third base? I don't know about that. It is 158 to 112 total supply, though. Oh, look at it. Look at it. What do we got here? What do we got here? Dragoons? Jumping. Fighting. Yeah, these guys can't do it. Maybe the reinforcements down south can. There's a Goliath on the ground. There's no Goliath on this high ground here. So, yeah, you can shuttle units in pretty easily. For reinforcement purposes, this is tight. One shuttle gets sniped by the Goliath. 2 Goliaths from the low ground. These guys have Storm. Reaver dies. Okay. So hang on. BISU says, no! I was going to say, Flash maybe can get this thing, but unload. Beautiful double Storm on the tanks on the low ground. Can't quite finish all 3 of them off, but a third Storm is used. Bit of an overlap on those first couple. BISU is kind of owning this high ground right now. 1 siege tank exists. Bam, it's gone. D-Matrix not enough to save it. And by golly, Miss Molly. Look at this huge play from BISU. And I think, despite the monster that Flash is right now on the ladder, I think right now BISU is enough. He is enough. Got that 4th base, held it. Yes, GG. Flash taps out. And BISU gets the win, and he's trying to run up his score. I'm not going to let him do that. That is absolutely fantastic. What an incredible display of how to play PvT there from BISU. Taking down Flash in a 14-minute and 26-second game. Yeah, 4th base up, 3rd base lives. The Vulture drop attempt wasn't very good. The Reaver stuff early really helped kind of slow down Flash 2 a little bit. And BISU was on top of his micro. He was on top of his macro. This attack, the mass speed lot attack, up here, down here, that is tough to do. Like, I'm sure every Protoss player who's watching that was like, how did he do that? It's a fair question. I don't know, man. He made it look easy, but it was not. So up the ramp, down the ramp, bam, wipes out a ton of the tanks. Again, slows down the attack and the setup here of tanks in this position. Then he's got the High Templar and the shuttle, the Storm and the Storm. Loses one of his shuttles. It wasn't looking good for a second, but he's macroing behind it the whole time. That's what all these gateways are for, right? That's what all this gas is for. That's what all these minerals are for. And he just said, no, you're not going to get a third base today. I'm on 4 bases. You're on 2 bases. Try to play that. And Flash was like, no, I don't want to try to play that. That sounds like the worst thing in the world. And he tapped. So absolutely beautiful plays here from BISU. He gets the win. And a bit of a shorter PVT, but I think that exemplified a lot of what PVT can be about, man. Just the drops on both sides, the harassment, the adjusting to each other's builds. BISU taking some risks to get that 4th base when he did, and it totally paid off. Excellent, excellent stuff. And that is Flash and BISU, man. In 2024, are you kidding me? 82,000 points to 64,000 points. Numbers are hard. Producing similar numbers of units, but BISU killed more units than Flash did, so that's not a good number. 2 buildings raised to 0, and that is a pretty solid chunk of outspending here for a 14-minute game, right? I mean, that is 8,000 resources, almost 8,000 resources different. In 14 minutes. That's a lot. So that 4th base helped immensely. And at the end of the day, if you outspend someone that much, you're pretty much going to take them out, man. Awesome. Awesome, awesome stuff. All right, so that right there is going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered, Flash and BISU. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. If you like what you saw and what you heard today, you can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.